Julith from Liberty Title. How are you, Monica?
Good, thank you. I think this is episode 6, though.
Oh, good call. Oh, we forgot to update the number. Well, here, look at this. Quick fix. That looks like a 6 now, right? Not at all. Anyways, good fix. So what's going on at Liberty Title? Why don't you tell us a little bit about your role and how you guys are operating in these times?
Sure. So I'm an account executive for Liberty Title. I do sales for our Ann Arbor and Chelsea offices. And my customers are mostly all of our real estate and lenders in the area. And so the real estate industry has certainly shifted a little bit during COVID-19, but Liberty Title is still open and operating, and all of our employees are still doing their jobs and learning new jobs. So it's certainly been very interesting. Being a sales rep and not being out face to face with people has been a little bit different. I'm used to meeting people for coffee, going to their offices, going to lunch, going to networking events. So now all of these things have become virtual, which has been very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
yeah.
Have you guys been doing anything special at the office to deal with the circumstances at hand?
Yes. So all of our offices, we have 12 offices in Michigan, and we have had to change how our day-to-day operations have been running. So all of the offices that had employees such as sales reps or our marketing team or even some of our examiners or typists, if they were able to be set up with their technology at home, we encourage that just to reduce the amount of employees in each office at a time. So for instance, myself, I had a really nice desktop at our downtown Ann Arbor office, and I brought the 2 monitors, brought them home, and did a little home office remodel. I had to go buy a folding table at Menards and, make it look as homey, but also as productive as possible. And so I've been working from home, but as far as how our operations at the office are going, we have shifted over to a contactless and curbside closing. So for our contactless closings, we have had a plexiglass partition into each of the closing rooms. So there is a shield between the client signing as well as our closer. And then they kind of slide the documents underneath the partition. And we've had to buy thousands of new pens because pretty much all of the pens now are disposable. And then we only schedule 1 closing per hour, even though our offices have 2 closing rooms. And that's to reduce traffic in the office and to also just make people as comfortable as possible, and they know that they're the only closing happening at that time. We've also requested that only the signing parties attend the closings, which is a little anticlimactic because the realtors and lenders generally attend the closings with their clients to celebrate and be there as moral support since they were there throughout the whole transaction. So that has been a little bit different. A lot of times we've had the clients FaceTime or video conference their agent or lender so that they still feel a part of the experience because it certainly is a celebration. But some people don't feel comfortable coming into the office, even though we're doing cleaning and sanitizing nonstop, and we can certainly understand that. And so our curbside closings are where the clients will call our office and tell us, okay, I'm in the Black Explorer in your parking lot. And then we will present the documents to the client, and a lot of times we will talk to them on the phone as they're in their car so they know exactly what document they're looking at. They can ask questions to the closer. And then the closer will kind of step away, let them look over the documents. And when they're finished, we will bring them into the office and give them all of their closing packages and everything. A lot of those things can be done electronically anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, refinance rates have been extremely low. So that's where a lot of our closings have been taking place.
Sure.
Some buyers and sellers have chosen to kind of postpone closings for the moment, just, out of, nervousness or personal circumstances.
Right.
But one really exciting thing that Liberty Title launched just a couple of weeks ago is we now have the capability to do remote closings.
Oh, wow.
And that's as long as the lenders have approved it. But this is very helpful to sellers who may be out of state or may not be able to come into the office. We have platforms available where we can remote in with a closer, with the agent, with the lender, and then they can do the signing virtually.
That's awesome. That's a ton of stuff. Yeah.
A lot of changes, but it's all been very positive. I think this requires our industry to be open-minded and learn from each other. And I think Liberty Title has definitely stepped up to the plate. A lot of my realtor customers have been, still communicating with their clients that they had been, talking with before everyone was quarantined. But we have, some exciting things that Liberty's doing to keep our realtor customers interested. For instance, tomorrow we're doing a virtual continuing education class for 1 hour elective credit. And it's going to be talking about remote closings and how those were just approved in Michigan. And it's all going to be done through Zoom. And one of my colleagues, Carol Bullion in Brighton, she's going to be the Con Ed instructor. And we've had over 200 participants already sign up for tomorrow's class. And so we've had a huge interest in it. And I can only see us, continuing to do more of these classes and opportunities for our customers.
And can people find access to that class right on the libertytitle.com website?
Great question. Yes. So libertytitle.com. And there's a tab called Professional Resources. And you can click on that and it says Realtor Education. And it will post all of our open classes. So right now we have the one tomorrow. Registration's already closed for that. But I know that we're going to be doing other classes in the future. So you can keep
I don't think this is going anywhere anytime soon. No.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, hey, let's shift gears a little bit to the concept of staying happy and healthy while working from home.
Yes. You might hear our dog barking a little bit because she's not here with me. So that's another interesting point of working from home. Your dog, or if you have children, might be, barking.
Getting a lot more time with them, and everybody kind of gets a little glimpse into our homes too with all these Zoom videos and stuff. Obviously, you're in the basement today, hanging out.
Yep. So it's fun when you have two people working from home. This is generally not where I work out of. I have a little home office set up upstairs, but the basement has a nice bar, and this is another little workspace. And the sound quality was a little bit better down here, as well as the lighting. Yep.
That's cool. So why don't you walk us through not necessarily your routine for the day, but just a couple of the things you've been making sure to kind of put on your mental list for each day when you get up to keep yourself, productive and, positive, good energy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I kind of go through a roller coaster of emotions. I think some days are more positive and productive than others. But, generally speaking, I wake up, I check all of my emails, check any text messages that may have already come through, and I address those right away. I make some coffee, I let my dog out, and then, I open all the blinds in the house so it's as bright as possible. And, days like today where it's kind of rainy, it's a little gloomier. But generally I'll go outside for a little bit, play with the dog, come back inside. And then I just like to go into the home office. I shut the door so that if I'm on a call or anything, I won't get interrupted. But I generally try to have a couple of, I have a list of people that I contact every day, whether that's through email or texting or calling, because we still have a lot of transactions going on. And some of my customers maybe who don't have transactions going on, I want to reach out to them to see if there's anything that I can help with, marketing wise.
Sure.
But then, outside of my work duties, I have been trying to just do a lot of professional and personal development. I'm reading like 3 or 4 books right now, and they're all a different genre just to keep things interesting. I read self-help books. I'm reading a sales book. And then I'm actually joining a little book club with a couple of my friends who live all over the state, and one over in North Carolina too. So I Amazon Primed that book and just started it last night. So
Yeah.
Lots of reading, little projects around the house. I don't have a green thumb, but apparently, with all of the plants and seeds that we've ordered for our garden, it looks like I'm gonna start some gardening soon, and
Gonna get a
that'll
crash
be
course. Yeah.
yep, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it is good stuff. And taking the dog for more walks than normal, I imagine.
Yep. I'm doing some lots of walks with the dog. Actually did a little workout Zoom class that a friend invited me to on Sunday, and that was really fun. And I was sore for like 2 or 3 days after the class.
Mm-hmm.
Certain days I may not, do my hair, put makeup on. Other days I have to remind myself, like, okay, you can't let yourself go. I put on jeans just to make sure they still fit. But every day is fun and interesting. I think what really helps me out is I am generally a planner, and I'll text a couple of my friends and say, do you want to do a Zoom call tonight or tomorrow night? Some of my friends have we've all downloaded that House Party app where you can video with your friends, but you can also play games. And so sometimes some of our friends will text and say, hey, at 8 tonight, do you want to do the trivia game, or do you want to do Pictionary? Yep. And I think just, having the technology and resources to talk to people is still, very important, crucial, especially when you're a naturally social person. So I'm thankful for having those resources. But, I think it's just important to know that this is not how it's forever going to be. I talked to someone today, and we talked about how we were going to still, go get ice cream, when we're able to, and go for walks. And, we're going to have networking events again in the future. And, this is only a minor setback, but I think just trying to be positive. And, I think surrounding yourself with people who are going through the same thing as you. So I talked to 2 of my other sales reps today, one in Grand Blanc and then one of our Zing title reps down in Florida. And we just shared brainstorming ideas on how to keep in touch. And one of them told me she was doing a puzzle exchange with some of her friends. Another one told me she bought a bunch of puzzles and gave them to people. And
that's awesome.
I think, getting ideas from, your colleagues or your friends, I think I'm just a sponge trying to get all these ideas out to people, because we want to make sure that when this is all over, that we don't lose those relationships and friendships.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. That's a wealth of information. Thank you. That's fantastic. Yeah, and I do want to say I love that House Party app. That is great if you're looking for a way to not just have to, just converse or whatnot, but be able to play the games and stuff. It's like, I think it's just houseparty.com. It's really easy to get into and stuff. But that's great. I think you hit it right on the head with the fact that this isn't going to be how it is forever. I think it's important to just stay positive and hold on to those relationships, and make sure everybody knows you're still there, and, take care of your clients and whatnot. It's good. It's good. But, did you have anything else you wanted to add before we go?
No, thank you so much for the invite.
No problem. I appreciate it. And I want to say thank you to Shasta Grifka with Grifka Marketing, per usual, because she is our wonderful sponsor and facilitator for these Spotlight series.
Thanks, Shasta. I had a lot of technological difficulties, so I appreciate your assistance.
Yes, we almost didn't make it by 3 today, which is hilarious since we're in the same house. So anyways, that's all good. Our next Business Spotlight series will be next week. So I look forward to seeing you all again. And thank you again, Monica, for joining us today.
Thanks, Saris.
And thank you all for watching. Have a great day.
Take care.